I like the veto from Navi. The first map's going to be a little bit harder for
Okay,
them.
we got
Not a
Heretics
map that
on
they love.
defense.
Heretics
We
look
got
good on this
Navi on
map,
attack.
but Pro
Nothing
split
too
for
crazy in the
getting there.
pistols.
I think Navi could have a
Navi need to
chance.
tune out
It
good.
could be that start strong for Heretics and then the flip comes in, but we wait
Epic
and
Land,
see.
Epic
Obviously,
Land's actually
who
fun,
knows
dude.
what they've come up with.
I-Series
Last time these
got
two met,
a little bit
Artis
weird.
was in that Navi squad, so you got to roll your minds back. But it does give you a bigger picture of what to expect in the future here. Can they really vie for the top if you're looking at Navi? Heretics already sitting at that 3-0, and Navi on the attack here already going to be leaning
Dude, these
towards
days,
C.
I feel like we see non-stop C retakes from pistols every single time, every pistol. Ooh, nice little one-way.
Navi getting to set the tone. Spike down.
Little one-way cage. They're up against the smokes. They stick 3 over towards site. 4's round the corner, so you got to commit to break it. Double damage shock.
Beautiful. I'm sure we'll get that on the replay together if we're lucky. Nice little one-way though. Gonna
Nice.
reward here. Boot goes down. Hero gets what he wants. But the back of the site now. Under fight. Heretics and Navi. Back and forth we go. Re-ends with a belting round already. As Angel left in the 1v2,
Aim looked really off.
Smoked off, forced away.
Yeah,
Tries
playing
to get
long
a shot
against
for
the
Re-ends.
smokes.
Is it
Not sure about
losing
that one.
today? What a
But
round
I mean, he was the
from
only
him.
person that was through here, so
I
it can't be
believe that shot might have been
too.
off of that undercut.
It had to have been, right?
Yeah, no, it was the double damage.
Do we get it on replay? I hate to do this to our replay ops, poor guys. But now
They're usually good for it. They're usually good for it.
normally on it. We'll see. We'll see. They're like, I hate you guys. Let's have a little look. Yeah. So at least we get to see the shock dart there. Oh, see, our team are unreal.
He was just off of the
Yeah.
undercut, but he was damaged.
He
so
actually just got out of
give
it,
Wood the
yeah.
assist mentally.
But re-ends. And when we kind of talk about Heretics, we've been looking a lot
The
towards
RX
Mini Boo
Gen
recently
G. I
because
went
of
for
that
Gen
form.
G just
Has been
purely
very
because
early, obviously.
the RX had been
Highlighting
thrown
that
a
one
little
there,
bit of a
but
curveball with the
Rienz is
flashback
one of those
stuff.
sleeping giants. When he kicks into gear,
And I kind of
good
think Gen
lord,
G
that
are
man
looking
is scary. However,
pretty good.
now for Navi, they have to try and suffer through this round.
or at least better.
I think
we
I'd
got
like
the- we got the
Tyler Bowe's
hero
Woot on this
sheriff
map. On the
on
defense
Angel.
side, against Vitality, I believe he was 17 and
The star
7.
player.
So
Impressive.
for the defense on this map is a lot around Woots, but as you highlight, Rian's on that Sova, when he can get to play it in this meta, it's a little bit harder to get the Sova out sometimes,
Yep.
but probably the best Sova in our region so far.
Says that.
Active.
Active.
in the
Yeah, I
season.
was waiting for the word
The Navi
to
comp?
come drifting through, but
I don't think it's fine.
it's always there.
I think
on the other side, Navi, let's see if they can gather a silver line.
again, you got like when you're using
Waiting patiently. Woot
wait.
here. Up to be rewarded. First found. No problem so far.
when you're
And the
using
smoke to
solo
reinforce
initiator
this choke,
these
no one's
days,
gonna be making it through
you
that.
can kind of cover it
Okay,
up.
so Judge
Like when you have
doesn't
solo
know
initiator, a lot of the
what they
times
see
you have to
often,
kind of
but
cover up with
approved.
a couple of
Oh.
things. Yours normally one, and then you
Now,
got to
I'm
get
gonna
other
put it
parts
out
of
there
map
while we're in a
control,
round
right?
like
So you got camera to get
Mini's
parts of
still
map
sleeping
control, you
today,
got
so he
shield
might
to
be
force
getting a
through
little
map
bit
control.
edgy.
You
It
got to
might
look
be
over
on for
towards here, you got
after dark
camera,
Mini,
and you kind of got the
Mini
info
Boo
here as
speaking
well.
of
So the Sentinels actually
He's looking clean.
make up for the
Rick
initiator
it's
utility
just try
miss.
and do what you can.
So I don't mind it
Rienz
at
was the
all.
one running through, but maybe getting close towards the ult. But Mini Boo there to
very
secure.
nice.
Really nice from him.
I think double sentinel is
lovely
really good. I
mechanical
think if
work
Teo
as
gets
expected.
nerfed, you'll probably see more teams go towards double sentinel.
Here's where we start. For Navi, they played against Apex last time. It was a very close game. They had a good attack side with this comp, which is surprising given it's a double sentinel. Quite
I
often.
didn't ask you about the comp too much because I know you were a little bit.
Not looking at the game,
I
mate.
hate it.
I'm
It's-
talking
it's
about comps
Oh, we're
when
on
it's
the
a
word
full
Heretics.
eco and they got
Fair
a
enough.
Marshall.
I'm grumpy enough already.
Like if it
It's
started getting
true.
close, I'd pay
Hatred.
attention.
Wait till third map when they get to split, because that is not good either.
Okay, we got a judge out
And I
on
want
this
you to
one.
explain
We
as to
are
why once we
really
see it
close to
really
this
go through
overall.
For now, though, obviously they have the better buy, but I don't know if we're going to see the faults of it come to
I
light.
do like their default. They used the smoke on A main to block vision and the thorns deep onto sewers, but already we see the preparation boost up on that A main already. Full information for Heretics on this A side of the map. They should be rotating towards C. And that's where we see Navi creeping towards.
Yeah, slowly Rienz is tentatively leaning that way, but we've seen them posture for these retakes. Woot again, though. He had to go
Well, we
back
got
to it.
one. So for
Noting
all
that
goes in.
decoy
It might be
ahead,
the
and
rare
Rienz
no
was found
tag
on
other than his
play.
teammate.
Doesn't get what he wants, but they still have a player advantage here. And Mini Boo,
A
another
little bit
tag.
of damage.
He's locked in today.
Yeah, he knows that he's done a good amount of damage here. Shocks and recon, gotta keep an eye on them with that.
Util here for
Armor
Heretics.
flash.
You've got paranoia still.
Yeah, here
Rienz
we
gets
go.
this emotion with the combination of the two.
What do they do?
See how they
Oh
started, Mini
my
Boo still firing.
goodness.
Just gets the little close dart there. Oh, we're running wide. Miniboo just hitting shots, man.
Man, he did a lot
What
of
is
damage
this?
with a Marshall
Angel,
into this
give me
round.
some magic.
I'm not sure a
8 bullets in
Marshall
a
should be
prayer.
getting this
Oh,
much
it was
against a
such
full
good
buy.
try, but the
What do you have, like
bonus
270 or
falls to
something?
that.
300 maybe
Heretics and
damage?
NAVI
He had so much
thieves
damage
with that
there.
one.
I had flashbacks to when we casted Angel versus a Fnatic, and we were all doubting. The Vandal in the same position. Not this time. Look at them. But yeah, the retake from Heretics, curious. They didn't go off the
Ooh,
paranoid.
that's-
Just Miniboo running in, scouts, knives, no scope.
Lovely little pre-fire. Yeah, and he got a tag before that. He might go more than 300 here.
Yeah, Sliggy's lapping it up.
Yeah, he's having a little grin. But that's a big round. And look, I love the fact that Uli kind of highlighted this Miniboo presence. He is the 19-year-old
Little grin.
sensation, right? The guy has got some real craft to his work. He's
Okay,
exceptional to watch.
everyone
and
can get one
now
shot
the
apart
Outlaw,
from...
massive farming opportunity.
Okay, this
here.
time
Very
Hero
hard for
gone over
Navi
towards
to
Koala.
make much of this. We have the Sheriffs. Koala does have the Vandal though, so that's something to maybe keep in your mind as we have a little check-in. He is towards mid and boost position. Feels like the checkmate, doesn't it? Let's see.
Oh, they were
Miniboo,
insanely
Boo,
on top of this,
asleep
by
at
the way.
wheel. Maybe a mini-map moment there for him. Say that a couple times in a row. Woo,
Hold up.
only good for one. This is good trading for
Yeah,
Navi.
they're hitting
And
some
these
nice
are
shots. We
individual
definitely got to
fights
keep
for
an eye on
Heretics now.
Miniboo pushing behind them. Obviously, he has
Show
the gun that
role
can
of
now
left to
one-shot
respect, but Navi
everyone.
Now have the sight. Beautiful flash. Koala Noob outdoing Benji.
He hears the
and again,
TP, though.
isolated. Miniboo, this
Yeah.
would need to be miraculous. It's already a
Oh,
good
he jumped a
start,
little
but
bit
Angel
too
Better
far.
just below
Rienz
the
has no
window.
armor as well.
Juliet falls as Rien's the last one alive in a 1v3. He's already on, what, 49 HP. This has been marvelous from Navi.
The economy is good, so he could have gone for it, but smart option.
This is interesting from Navi because the way that Koala peaked this,
This
they
was a
were
massive round to
they
win.
knew he was
Like,
on top
Heretics, I was
of
getting
B.
into the mind frame of the economy's flowing.
Yep.
Navi's
Everything's looking
economy's not
good.
flowing.
Yep.
So huge momentum swing back towards Navi.
I'm impressed with this. And it feels like it kind of started, I don't want to say ended, but it felt like Boo was just looking at the minimap, which is always going to be that brutality of being the IGL. Your mind's not always
Play
locked
Brex
in on
against
just the
GE?
crosshair. You're thinking about everything else that's
I
going
won't
on.
play Brex.
And it was
It's
just
a kind
lovely
of
reaction from this
kind of a
side.
close game
You
with
know,
how
again,
they've
Koala
been
Noob
playing
grabbed
though.
him in that to find it, and then the individual follow-ups here, Rupsik, lovely, instantly springing forward to take control
I
of
feel
the
confident with
connector.
Play Brex.
It all looked great.
I mean, it's too much.
Yeah, he's on a...
Angel. No, don't laugh, 'cause it makes it feels like we're not expecting it.
There's
Feel
too
like, yeah,
much
of course.
fire
Where's
going
our
on in
not
G
sure
right now.
king?
Two big aim rounds from Angel.
The place is on fire.
Has Angel been in the range? Is he even
Maybe.
working?
He's all ghost.
Okay, the Pixel lineup recon into the
True.
corner. Dude,
Maybe that's it.
this is
Just
like
lit fire
a
underneath
this is a
him.
bit of an
Boom, right off the
underrated
red boat this
default.
time. Okay, this
Like the
time,
recon
focused
into
on the
this
crosshairs,
corner
ready to
clears
catch
over
out all
towards
lovely
mid.
observers, but this time
Like
it
if
was
you
so
do
quick they
push
didn't
down
even
mid,
see
you
it
have to
coming.
180 shoot
Now,
it. If
we're
you
gonna see what
wanna
they do
shoot
with
it,
this.
you
Four
have to
players
commit
are
out
standing.
towards
Koala
here,
did-
so
I
they
mean,
can kind of
ult
swing or
downwind of
use
this
util
point,
off
but
of it
even on the
after.
bigger green now.
It's for
All
sure
in
an
his hands, too,
underrated
if he
default.
fancies it. One away from Woot. Going to see those cycling in pretty soon.
Especially when you know,
Yeah,
like
5v4
when you have a
Heretics, they
breach
don't
ult
like
and
to
you
do
know that
too
most
much.
likely they might push down mid,
Navi just
I think
trying to
people can
figure
use it
out.
more.
Miniboo wanting that info. Nothing waiting out of B. This should free up that rotation potentially towards A. Obviously gets him over towards his side, but does that then cause pause for thought for Navi? Maybe re-explore the rest of the map. They do have a couple of ults for themselves. I want to say a couple. Angel's got his. One away from Hero, two away Shout, one away Rupsik.
And again, Navi going towards B, and I think this is a good choice for this composition. Not too much util. B is an easy site to take.
To be forced to respect at least the ultimate coming in from Vice, force
Oops.
him away. Who's ahead of this though? Double tap
Oh god, it went really
It's
wrong.
gone from one, he's finding
went
two,
really,
back to
really
back.
wrong.
Shao and Rupsik suffering on this.
Still, you can kind of
And
see
they
a little bit of a
feel
game
like
plan
they're
from
learning
Navi
on their
over
feet here
towards
for
B.
Heretics.
We talk about this all the
Hero
time.
live
When
up
we
to the
see
moniker.
this
Oh, the paranoia is
double
just
duelist comp,
gorgeous.
it's like
Boom.
really hard to
Sending
stop
that
the
in,
plan
and
itself.
Woot
No
to
breach
find
for
it
the
in zone
aftershock.
flawless reply.
Yeah, so I talked about Navi using this B site there, but I think with the Vice ult specifically, I'd rather go for a site where we're set up better in a post plant. B is an easy site to retake. Why not go towards A, use that Vice ult, set up into a better post plant, because A is disgustingly hard to retake.
Yeah, but
I don't think Angel would even need to use the Vice ult to get onto B there. I would have saved that for the post too.
Could have been nicer, couldn't it?
I agree with the second point there. I don't
Little smile from Boot, looking
fully
happy.
agree with the first point,
But
but
it has forced the Navi timeout. Lovely golf claps, audience. Well done. Very respectful. Yeah, one round so far posted for Navi, and it was. Honestly,
there's quite a few
them
teams that
hits,
love a
nice
mid
shots,
push, yeah.
That walk into B, it looked good, but now this pause, they've got a couple of ults to work with. Xiao only one off from his. They could maybe make something around that, or do you think this is more of a
Never
holistic
agree
change
with.
now?
Never agree with
Yeah,
Mini.
they're
I mean,
gonna call
sometimes they
something
do.
for this round specifically, but
The second point was good.
something does need to change. The
Problem with the
is
kill,
this
the
composition.
problem with the ult on
Talk to me about the comp.
over towards the long is they can just.
It's short-lived. It doesn't have the
There's so many
versatility here.
positions,
What
especially as
will
that smoke
Gal-
comes down. There's so many good
Playing a
shorty
Vice side
positions,
for
whether
this
it's like
map
in
on
the
an
smoke or
attack
around the
side, you're
corner,
gonna be in
and the
a bit of
ult doesn't
trouble
even reach
because
backside
it's
or
difficult to
heaven.
take space. It's
So
difficult to do
you
the
just have so
exits.
many
You don't have that
spots
util
of freedom
power.
on the A
The
site.
default they have usually is that
I don't know
smoke
if
on
it's
A
like
main
a thing, but
you know, make the information game hard for Heretics to get. But
it's
Boo
not like
just
Killjoy or it
expecting the
detains
entire
them.
time.
I think as soon as the
And
smoke
the
comes
vice
in,
versa
you
to Sewers. But I didn't see many more
like having a
looks
shorty
against
here and here
Apex
is what
than
most
that.
teams
Like,
will
Apex
do
didn't
anyway.
Make them struggle.
So I think the
or
Vice
make
on
them
attack
answer
isn't that good
difficult
on this map,
questions.
Right.
apart from Afterplant.
Well, we're going to find those responses now. Looking like it is going to be this work towards A,
Yeah.
considering the util.
I expect this round more of a straight approach with the ults. So a bit of an easier act.
I like
for
this
Na'Vi
though.
this round.
This makes a lot of sense from Na'Vi, right? They put the decoy down.
Does get any real
They're trying to see if
inkling
there's
of
an
where they're
insta
going.
ISO ult in reaction
Yeah,
to them
that's-
taking here that they might get
Pretty
ulted.
solid.
It's a shame about this though.
Gonna be
Kind of messed up
removed
the
though at
lineup a
1
little
minute
bit,
15
but
mark.
the original idea was to try
What is it,
A
boys?
pressure if the ult came in and he'd get the clone.
There we go.
Maybe some fake pressure towards B, but
Well,
usually you'd expect Woot to
Not
ult
really
there, but
doing
doesn't
much.
need to.
no, Koala Noob is going to be committing his ult to try and clear that C space. So you should be able to confirm what's going on, but they didn't manage to catch Boo, who's gone away with daylight robbery. Punishing Hero on the push-up here. Koala Noob trying to get back to business to try and secure this, but it feels flimsy already with only 3 to secure. Xiao does get the ult off the plant, so that's something in the back pocket, but do they have it to depend upon? Looking to reposition with this and leave Koala Noob and Angel to be at the forefront.
The Vice 1 CT could be something.
See if Woot
But
catches
not gonna play
anyone.
off of
Oh,
it.
it's so close.
Don't
Didn't
think
hit
we'll go
anyone.
with this, and Koala Noob trying to be an
This is
instigator
nice
to a
though.
different
Heretics make a
outcome,
lot
but
of
Boo's
sound over
patience
towards
pays
spawn.
off.
Boo
Now it's
tucks
harder
into the
for
corner
Xiao
for
in
the
these
reaction.
scenarios. He's gonna need Angel
Does
to
he have
give him a little
smoke?
something. Get some work going. It's already been destroyed here. They're gonna just face the music. The fuse isn't stopping. Heretics holding it down.
Okay,
right
made it look
under his
easy.
nose is Na'Vi.
Woot used his
It's
ult
a
into the
bit of a
round and
brick wall here, Mini.
he still has two
Yeah,
on the
and
way there
Brooks
as
it
well.
going down immediately is such a big pick because Boo doesn't snowball that into a 5v3. Garage would have been smoked off in that situation, so it would have been winnable.
Oh, that's unpleasant. Boo's having some ratty impact.
Woot,
You
nah,
know,
yeah,
like,
he's-
it's not
he's
gonna
wrecking
be a
people at the
highlight
moment.
for us, right? He's not in the
9
montage,
to
but
3.
he's got some nice little ratty kills going on.
This is already too many
even
rounds
the
on
impact
defense, to be
him
honest, with this comp.
Disrespecting that A utility
Yes.
early was pretty big. Not the kind of thing that is like a big thing, but
Nice shots.
subtle. And Rian's again.
Backing
Kid's on
himself.
fire.
Yeah,
What gun did-
backing himself
what
in
gun
that
did he
fight.
have,
Didn't even
chat?
back away from it. Took the damage and took the kill. Angel, the one with the Vandal now.
Oh my goodness. Replay
Running
sound.
the remix here.
They could catch Heretics off though.
Hit a bulldog? Okay.
Again, this contact play will at least catch one, but do they expect the second? They don't. Rienz was the one that they noted earlier, but he's still getting away with more damage.
Okay,
They've
some
managed
guns to
carve
pick
out
up,
some room
though.
on the side. Woot gets interested, and Angel greets him at the door, sends him away. Suddenly, Sai looking theirs. Angel looking up for the challenge. So Miniboo and Benji.
Spike planted.
It's tough to play this back in. Operator to try and work these angles, but look at them. Waiting. Trip gets broken. Miniboo waiting for a swing. No one on it yet. Clears graffiti. Looks left. Spots Angel. Takes him away. Where's the swing? Benji couldn't see it, but he finds that one. Op comes in. Oh, Benji!
Oh god, man. I mean, it's really nice from Benji. The lovely 3v2 from them, but I do think that we got an insta swing off the first kill on shore.
Building for Heretics.
Yeah, massive round from Benji. And Benji, honestly, someone this season, like, I think all of Heretics have been on fire, but
This
Benji
kill here,
has
we
been
gotta
a bit
be swinging
quieter.
that, no?
So if we can see more rounds like that from him.
He used to be such a clutch player. And as I said, it hasn't been it hasn't been a highlight run for him yet. But as you said, if he keeps having those sort of impacts,
he's got it there.
Zhao,
that was
yeah,
magic. Right?
hesitated on the
magic.
swing,
and I've got to flip the script
so he
here
didn't
too.
trade his
Angel
mate,
is leading the
and
fray
then
for
honestly
Navi
a
at
whiff.
7-6, and that round I felt was off his back too. The entries were great from him.
Yeah.
Where's the rest though? I don't want to see
Where are
Angel
we?
having to be that main
Okay,
man forward.
zooms
Sorry,
into
that
the
3v2
back of
was not
sight.
played well at all by
Did he
Navi.
have so he had a
Peeking off
rifler
each
to
other.
shoot the recon?
first
I
kill
take it,
with
Benji.
the op. Okay, fair enough. After that,
Oh, no,
there
it was shock,
no
okay, sorry.
trade at all coming in.
Oh, that's nice. As
Nice
soon as they
uppercut
go
behind the
for the draw, damn, that was really nice. The smoke maybe gives them
Again,
an early heads
Navi's
up.
composition, denying a drone like that, that's big. There's no other initiator util really to take this space. It's going to be a lot of contacting, and that's maybe why they're looking at this operator as a potential win condition.
There. Currently in the hands of Koala Noob and Miniboo, obviously. And this feels very indicative of, again, this B pressure building. The thing that worked before isn't working this time. Miniboo takes a glimpse towards it, and he finds his man. Xiao's gone down. Now Wu under pressure, but he wants back in too. They're not giving this up. Na'Vi are not getting what they need here.
Wait,
Looking
no one's
to
even
pull towards
considering
C.
the all back
You
of
can't
sight.
get away from Miniboo.
No one is
He's
even
just
looking for it.
ever-present.
It's a nice
Roots
shot from
again takes him
Benji. They
down,
know
but
where he
Benji
is
was
now,
still
though. Now
here,
they have their
taking
own
the
omen up
space
to back
on
of
C
sight.
long. Koala Noob and Hero going to have to really step things up. Boo going to give away his position, but Benji could work with him. But an isolated fight gives over a potential situation.
What a weird,
Plant
weird
needs to come
round.
in. The plant is down. Oh,
Ooh,
it's good.
this is nice from Koala.
Koala Noob, lovely shot. Can they find Rienz and Woot though? Woot creeping closer. You want to play contact plays? I'll do the same. And Koala Noob just
Very,
lost
very nice.
in the source. Focus
Yeah,
down
it's
on
hard
the
for
other
Koala
side.
because he
As
didn't
Woot
know where the
takes
other
him out of
person
the
was,
game,
so
and
it's not like he
Heretics,
could commit to his
look, we said
TP
this
too
map sits with
freely.
them. I didn't
Obviously, this
expect
is
it to
gun.
this extent.
God, they're
I
wrecking
think
him.
with this comp from Navi, I'm a bit more pessimistic. I think attack side of this comp, I'm, you know,
30 seconds.
Don't like it?
no.
No.
I don't want to say I expected this. I expected a bit more of a fight from Navi,
Yep.
but they're not finding any answers. And they are trying stuff. Like, they tried that operator there. They tried to get messy towards C with that Rooksik ult, but it wasn't enough.
7-1.
Their comp on
Millions
attack.
around the world unhappy.
Can't it just spam B
Outlaw
hits
is
and
in.
they win the B after
So,
plant?
look at the light shields. It's plentiful. Hero already copied a load of damage. Was that just the spam through towards
Oh my goodness.
window? I'm not sure. But it's Rienz to find Koala Noob now. Rienz needs to keep dodging. Oh,
Nice dodge.
He's pretty slick with it. They're throwing everything at the guy, but he's
Okay,
coming out
Vice.
running,
Oh,
trying
but
to
we
do
don't
what
have
he
the
can,
smoke
but
for them to play
eventually it's
into.
just
This
too
is a
much
great
utility
reaction
to
from
deal with.
Miniboo.
So Miniboo goes
Gets hit by the ult.
Has a look around.
So does his
But he's
own
gonna be in a
ult.
dodgy
Gets the
position to
info
deal
over
with
towards
actually, 'cause
sight
he's got another
fast.
player joining him
Flank
too.
on this one.
And flank's necessary against this Vice, in my opinion. Vice got Thorns and Wall ready on CT.
Miniboo, this is really tough to clear though.
That's... Oh,
Uh-oh.
you can shoot his hand.
Uh-oh. The Garand spotted. The paranoia in. Oh, you can see the synergy. It puts Xiao now in a must-win.
Oh,
You
it got
lucky
close.
Boy, Xiao. Sometimes the gods favor you,
Lucky
sometimes they
boy.
don't, but Angel is right here.
Not again,
The
though.
only one showing up, it feels like, for Na'Vi. But Benji, you don't have another clutch in you, do you? He's going to get half at least. Yeah, this comes a little bit unwinnable now.
Okay, very nice.
Xiao in sewers.
I mean, they got to get the
Angel
rest of
on
them.
the site. The two that made them get up to 2 rounds.
When I talked to Angel about this comp in the post plant,
Yeah.
we were saying, you know, Xiao back on Sova, what was that about? Like, it's back. And he was like, you know, if I want to play Vice, then he needs to play Sova in this comp. As if, like, he was the reason that that was happening.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's putting up a good show. He's winning them this round.
I mean, Angel actually looks mechanically really good right now.
Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't...
Again, still at the top of the board for Na'Vi, 9-7.
Okay,
Next
Wu back
closest
on his
was
ult.
Rupsik, but that was a lot of ults invested for that one as well.
I do think this A site is something that Navi could be exploring more. It was something in my notes that Heretics had a bit of a weakness in the mid rounds holding that A site, but right off the bat, Heretics realizing that potentially 3A up deep already. Nice crossfire. For Navi, it looks like that B approach again.
But what's the reaction to that trip getting broken? They have to find a solution, because obviously they're leaving such a drastic gap on the map.
This will be interesting, because I feel like
Still got his ult, I
if they
guess,
actually
but
get
Benji
over
getting
towards
curious.
the
I feel
B
like
side, they
Wallen's
can
got
have
the
so
slam
much
dunk on that. He
delay.
does. Dipped in towards Garage earlier on, going to hit those shots as
Okay,
well.
interesting
from Wu.
reaction from Heretics.
And
Got
just
double
reinforce
push
towards
behind
that
as
B
we can see
side.
it's a triple push as well.
Surprised Benji didn't wait for Wu to clear that together.
Vice wall down. Dude, this is by far, it's by far the best run from
Does at least get a good read
Navi.
of the amount of bodies coming from that side, but
Problem is the
tricky to now
plant.
clear
It's
the
not like
back of
planted
this B
for them. They
side.
maybe
Navi
need to have one
looking
extra
for some
person
safety
here,
by
but
filtering through towards that C connector, but the rest of the squad's coming in from Heretics now. A bit of a stall out with the paranoia, and Rooksy trying to reposition. Does he get predicted on the spam? No, he doesn't. He makes a meal of it though. Abu gonna punish. Angel again unpredictable, but can he get the reward? Rienz is not stopping. Angel!
oh god, they still lose this one. See, I think the idea of this run was good, right? They have so much off the plan, you two, in terms of like wall, thorns. They can have the trips if they want it. But yeah, they gotta have like 2 off site instead of the
retaking a bit too early, not waiting for the flanks
instead of the 4 on site.
When you're by yourself on the retake, you want to just wait for your teammates to come in, but ultimately doesn't matter.
One enemy remaining.
The on-site post looking a bit awkward there for Navi.
Phantom, Neil, I want Phantom!
I bought Phantom.
Heretics reactions. The 3-person push. Yeah, this was nice
It's
from
one of
them.
those things where I know the
You know you
Phantom's
should.
better,
Yes.
and I've got to pretend when you're coaching, like, you should buy the Phantom as much as possible, but
But
then
you
as soon
never
as I
put one
play
in your
ranked,
life.
it's like, I'm Vandal only.
Literally. Look, Scream made me believe. Okay, it didn't go well for him in the end, but you know.
Damn, dude.
What? Which team's he playing for? Now.
Dude,
Oh,
no one's
yeah, shambles.
safe, man. Everyone's getting strays.
Rooksy getting involved. It feels like Navi when they play this kind of fast and loose, it almost works. That should be a nab. It is.
No buy for Navi,
Oh.
but getting on this A side, not Angel again?
Angel's just a gunner. He has been in aim labs, he's been working, he's been doing all sorts, but the problem is you can't escape
Hey,
that.
look at that though. Oh
Didn't actually
my.
get a tag on Angel,
In
he got
between.
down shout for keeping the player up to the good, but into a post
But again,
we
the
go. I
after
like
plant's,
Benji
like,
on this
good
eventual flank as
util.
well.
This Vice post plant on an A, again, you see the wall
Yeah.
and thorns, it's
It's a nightmare.
nasty to get through.
Okay, they make a lot of
I feel like
sounds.
it's on Benji,
And
really,
they
the
don't
timing.
really have to commit.
Yeah, you
And
got
if
Angel here
anything,
with
this
some nice
time
post
is
plant
just getting
utility.
bought
He is
for
costing
Benji.
them a lot of this time. I love what we're seeing. They've got to make a go of this right about now. They've waited on Benji, but it's time to go. We're going to take... Wait, how have they just done this? Angel!
They're
I don't
very,
know
very
how
chill
Benji
on
would
this one.
just got
Every
to
single
so
time,
simply,
at
but
least if we're looking at the
Benji's
last
not
2
expecting the
rounds,
flank
they
at this point, but they've
always
got
have
the
pressure
fuse now.
behind.
I think just
Like
the
we
extra
had it
focus
earlier as
there.
well with Benji pushing
Some
behind on
probably
the
pretty easy kills from their POVs.
when we had the
Navi,
Yoru ult in
again,
reaction when they
they
used the
didn't have
Vice ult on
opportunity.
short. Like
I
all
wish
the
they got
time
more
they're
for
just
this
making
A
sure that they push
earlier.
behind.
Like, it
You can
looks
tell it's
good
part
in
of their
the
game
ranks, but
plan a
they
little
shouldn't
bit.
be winning.
So I think
They
they're
got
looking at
two,
the
like,
comp
outlier
like
rounds
if we
where it
lose
looks
sight, the
good.
Vice is like when people use the
But if they
Viper
had done
comp
this
and it's
earlier on
just
the gun rounds, potentially it
delays
looked
and stops
better.
you from getting over towards sight, so we have to treat it like that.
Enemy remaining.
They're pretty nice shots.
Yeah, fair play. I don't think there's much to
It's
really
Woods
critique.
again though. 14 and 6. I mean, him and Winnie Boo 14s and 6.
They're both doing very well. We've had a couple of Benji finding impact in those kind of like post-plant clutches. We've had Rienz at the start. It's starting to look a bit scarier, right? You see the strength of Heretics starting to return, and it does make you nervous because this team gets scary as they get on. Miniboo going walkabouts down.
I prefer the
as well
Vice
with
or the
support
Cypher on this map.
of Rienz,
I'm
but
a
you can see
big
Navi
Vice
once again
believer,
wanting
but
to
I
explore
just
this
think
A, and I think
Cypher's
rightly
better on
so.
this map.
I think
The
it'll be
cages
hard
on
for
defense
Heretics to
are
hold,
so
given that Angel
strong.
does have Vice ult. I would have loved to see
Like
him save
being
that
able
C.
to
See if there was
being
anyone
able
on
to
site there.
actually anchor back
before
a
he-
C. Very nice.
Saving it for the
And just like the
post-potential.
extra
But
info it gives you, like 3 bits of
they'll take
info
the
is like
side.
huge.
Oh,
The combo.
Double damage into
Angel's
shock.
lucky to get away from that. Sorry, it wasn't
Yeah,
even
well,
able
it
to get
gets a
away.
plant.
Who was it who got to quad? I can't even remember now, but bloody hell, that combination is
Hey, they look
so
nice though,
lethal, and
Heretics. You
Navi
gotta
now
give
trying
them
to play
that.
on the site, feeling a little battered and bruised. We're going to try and work it from CT, but that's a 3-man stack. Still going to get one. Ruxic falls. Zhao going to find one, but Benji again in these post plants, working back in. Heretics thriving in all this chaos. Look, we knew this map was going to be good for them. We knew this was their strength and starting point, but 10-2 is a very one-sided scoreline.
yeah, and going into attack now is Yoru ISO, and traditionally that's where it.
Spike planted.
Oh, it did
better.
so much
Well, we're
damage.
going to find out after the break if it holds true to trend.
You got 1 kill and they did like 60, 70 to 2. And 2, I mean, yeah, it's the dumb map. Even though they have double duelists, it should be very strong. I don't know, do we hold out hope? The Yoru should be insanely good against this, though. Try hold out Much hope. How is Heretics' PO? We have no idea. They've been perma-banning it the whole time, right? They played it once in kickoff. What did they use? Chamber. They Killjoy Yoru. Okay, so they actually have like a, well, I was gonna say Metacomp, but we've seen Killjoy.
Navi, they had faith in this composition.
I think every server should have the same UI as China. It shows the KD. I mean, America. Sorry, EMEA normally shows the KD on the cameras, but I think they had like server issues, so maybe they don't have that at the moment for this. I think they're on different servers to what they're normally using.
Yeah, but I would also like to highlight that against Apex, they did only get 5 on the defense, which is usually good for Haven, but for their composition, I'd feel like it's a little bit underperforming, especially when we consider Apex aren't Heretics.
Yes, yes, but my GOAT Floor was playing, so...
True.
So... Yeah. 10-2. Navi, make me a believer that there's something to do with this comp, right? Make me believe.
They've got the read, it seems like. Big stack towards C.
Yeah, right place
Would
for it.
go kill.
Wood been noted and in trouble.
How's he not getting spammed?
You like to see that. Oh my, wait, how did Koala noob fall there? I thought it might have been Rooksik on the site to get caught on that, but no. That's a little bit of a chip damage on the way out, but going to spot them backpedaling away. 1-for-1 trade out.
Good preparation from Navi. Heretics love to do this with Woot. They send him up C quite a lot, either by himself or with numbers, and it gets a bit of a pain for the defense figuring out if it's, quote, just Woot or...
See on the pistol, yeah.
So
It's insanely common.
really in the driving seat. The support is
Oh,
not
Shao
nearby.
is sleeping
He
slightly.
can't really afford to fall here. It's a long rotate over towards this side of the map. Is he trying to find comfort? Looks to try and posture a bit more.
He's going to need to do a lot of work here.
He's trying to stick around, and he does have help now. Angel has made it. Jump spot from the back of sight as well. Should be seen. And he's had Mini Boo's on the hunt already. Going to divide it. Leave Shao to his own devices. Going to be
kinda
spotted
nice.
and dealt with. Very heads up
Oh
from
my
Heretics. Mini Boo as
goodness.
well.
Wait, how did
Denies
Angel
support
die?
from CT.
Angel got dinked there as well.
And it's just methodical in approach. Very well considered. Rooksik does have the paranoia,
Well, there
but
goes the
Angel
map.
already down so low. Going to make it very tricky to find value in the way of retaking this site. I think they know that now. 11 rounds beckoning for Heretics, and Rooksik has to swing. And there's no spacing, there's no chance in this. That felt so well considered by Heretics.
Yeah, they got unlucky running into the stack towards C. And
Which was
still
well done by
able to-
Navi.
Yeah, of course. But composed enough to reset this round. I mean, I do think I want to highlight this too, is the double sentinel, you usually say good on defense. I think on three site maps.
Bomb sites?
Sorry, it was
First time moment, guys. First time moment.
First time moment. Brand new to this role.
3 site maps, I don't love it, because 3 site maps, you need to get active and rotational. To just sit back and just pray that they're going to go into your sentinel utility, I'm not a big fan of.
Okay. He's very good at this game, isn't he, old Mini Boo?
Pretty good,
Or
yeah.
young Mini Boo, should I say. And I can see what you're saying. I guess it encourages a behavior that may not be conducive to what you like seeing, which is that proactive approach, taking space. I feel like you could play around it a bit more, but I don't know if Navi are the team to be playing around it yet. We may not even really get a chance to look into it, because this is probably 12 here. Obviously with the classics coming in.
I mean, Angel usually does his best. Right? He's running around the map, putting his util everywhere, trying to play dynamic, but...
Got it all free. And the silence becomes quite obvious. Flank feeling very likely. You can see Boo in a very deep off angle.
He's in the box to clean it all up.
That's going to be called out. Riens.
Bro, his long A, that angle is just his.
He's quite good at it. And it's who goes farming. Who's collecting? Miniboo's only one of the ult.
Yeah,
So
and they
he
want
would
Miniboo to get his
this.
ult.
Rien's
Rien's keep
nabbing.
stealing them.
He's having to battle for it.
There it is.
I want to see it from his side, but it's Vinzone flawless to get up to 12 here.
Well, 10 chances, and they got the Euro ult to make it nice and
Who
easy.
locks in which side? If Na'Vi lose this map, they cannot lock that first seed. That becomes impossible for them. Let's have a little watch back on this one. Wow. It's just pretty.
Spike planted.
At the end there. What are you meant to do?
I thought he was going to hit that there because we had the replay.
Yeah, I want to see this one as well. Yeah, he makes Val look good. Real good. Nice play,
Nice,
Angel.
guys, let's go. Thank you so much for boosting my KD.
The 12-2. Really need Na'Vi to bring out the big guns. If you got something made, if you got something
Yeah,
you
I mean,
thought up, this is it.
they opted to full eco last round, so, you know, playing with 10 to go. This is the round where they got the Vandals. And you can see already, defense from Na'Vi is very passive, very bunkered. Heretics are going to have the time and space and very little risk to do what they want at the start of this round.
Which is, again, I guess, something that you didn't love the idea of, that this kind of double sentinel encourages that behavior to a degree, but I guess it's also quite hard to be brave when you're facing 12
Great
rounds.
timing,
You don't want
this.
to be made to look silly going for these aggressive plays.
Flash to
maybe
get
getting
info over
higher
towards
risk, but
long.
The reward's certainly there. For now, though, going to be on the receiving
Yeah,
end.
there
of
is
that
Thorns
Euro
though,
coming
so
right towards the A side.
Miniboo honestly can't get too much help.
Anything to couple it with. Not yet.
Question is, does he
Thorns
need
for a
help?
stall, though. Miniboo's going to be isolated.
Omen flash?
Yeah,
Oh
but
boy.
Miniboo's Miniboo
Oh
is
boy.
fine! How is this guy so ice cold
Omen
under
flash
pressure?
recon
The support
double
comes in,
damage is
perfect
the
for
was the
Koalu.
assist that he had here.
Dives in and gets things back. It's not over yet. 3v3. Ruxic waits.
Planted.
Keeps the space on that CT. Boo tucked on site. One towards Graffiti. One towards Hell. Traditional crossfire. Hero, are you going to leap from the window, try and draw the attention? The flash comes in, he drops down, isolates Shaw, but down to Boo and Benji
Ooh.
been hitting, but not today. Koalu on the case.
Ooh,
Boo's gone
nicely
down.
done from
There is
Koala.
life
Fair play.
in them yet. Na'Vi staying alive.
Crazy round from Koala Noob.
Yeah, heroics.
Oh, just him.
Pretty much.
Na'Vi did have the read, they were there.
Dude,
I
it
thought
was still
Miniboo gonna be in
kinda-
trouble
it was
there
still a
by
nice hit,
himself,
though,
but
I
the
felt
pizza
like.
was lovely. Miniboo dug himself out of that situation nicely. But yeah, Koala Noob here.
Absolute hero.
Oh, this was cool from him though.
Enemy remaining. Last player.
Dude, what are these
Angel fans
signs?
in the crowd.
Love to
Three
see
of the biggest
it.
Angel
Plan out for
fans.
Na'Vi, right, 3 rounds. We asked for perfect Valorant.
Timing out after winning a round is odd, but maybe, I mean, Happy didn't like what he saw.
Don't remember when he smiled last.
It's an ironic name.
It is.
It's like how I'm called Mini, and
And
I'm
so tall,
giant.
6'2".
Yeah.
I really want to just get a picture of you next to Potter stand.
Thank you for that
There
ninja,
are-
mate.
there
Thank
are
you. Sorry.
pictures.
Sorry, I
but
didn't see
want
it
one
first
for
time.
myself. And maybe Dryad there as well.
Uh,
Get rid of
Opeth.
just add little
Opeth
hunch on
Val,
it.
thank you with the prime. Appreciate
Russian
the 3
dolls.
months. Thank you for that.
Yes, a big gap between a couple of them though. Crowd's been good today. They
Yeah.
cheered on a tech pause earlier.
Mini
I
Boo.
liked it. I think I presume they're bringing in a PC. Nice
Yeah, I
little
think
cheer.
so. I think it was pretty good. I actually the monkeys.
Monkey.
Monkey. Monkey on the car. Can't do the rest of that joke. But Outlaw out again for Mini Boot. 3 chances to get some pretty clean kills. Angel Shao hero only on those light shields. Bulldog still in play, but Koala Noob has ult, and he just had a big round. We're gonna need more of that though. A lot more of that.
Deep breath.
Trying to think of the rest of that joke. Sorry.
It's more of a meme than a
Can you
joke.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah, don't
Wait, Mini doesn't know that one? Even I know that one.
Navi seem to be set on the idea that Heretics are going towards B. Double stack in. But Heretics once again just taking it cautiously slow. Some proactivity from Navi. Heretics just ticking off the boxes. A main control, now re-clearing this garage space, making sure that Cypher doesn't have anything to give Navi information. But nice re-clear here from Navi. Boo is ready.
Is it though? He's kind of in the best pose for this.
Barrel will give away. And that's the heavy hitter from the last round gone. Koala Noob
Oh,
making-
boy.
Oh, Rooksy.
Oh
What
god.
was that?
Uh,
I've been watching too much Gordon Ramsay. I want to.
yeah, I wonder if he needs to be like Omen flashing TPing
But
that.
now, Boo.
Oh boy.
God.
Well,
How is Wu
just
just
give me
still,
to
maybe
give me to
thinking, oh, they
Pearl.
could have stacked it 'cause we've already seen 2, but the awareness is there.
30 seconds
Hero
left.
and Angel.
Last player.
Yeah, you're absolutely fried on that one. In zone flawless wraps up map 1.
Okay, we
Team
said we needed
Heretics
2-0.
33
And that was a
minutes.
nice
That's
fast map
clear-cut
though.
result.
Bringing us
Yeah,
a little
I'll
bit
be-
closer time-wise.
Yeah, Heretics look great, but as we expected, Navi it's not their comfortable map. Hopefully a map 2.
Yeah, it looked
and
it looked
potentially
rough for
3,
them.
this might be a bit more competitive.
That is what we're waiting